Okay, the thing was, I was by Lenars Johnson. I was just saying, me and him fell out. But sometimes you go through things and it's not as big as you make it. But at that time, it can things can get very serious because at the end of the day, we still, like you say, regular people. We got feelings and we get offended, and we from the streets, and we all grew up in Carol City. So, and most of our friends like that we went to high school with is dead or in jail, and a lot of friends killed friends. It's surrounded by a lot of dope, and that's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? So and I would just meant like if you see Eric Prince, he's a big dude. So just to show you how crazy I was fighting him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care how big you is or how small you is. I feel disrespected. We gonna fight. So and it wasn't really a fight. He's just like a couple of seconds long, but it's just the fact. The point was the principle of the thing that I just felt like. And I'm gonna say this for the record, and I won't even talk about it no more because we kind of squashed everything. But to me, if if you was my friend and you heard Jackie O brought you a song that sounded like mine, that's like even if it was a car somebody stole and you brought me this car and I knew that was my friend, come back, hey, this is my friend car. I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come to you and be like, hey, listen. She got a song sound like yours. I'm gonna break you off and da 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 because I know you talented da da. And let's keep working. Let's keep. That was my big thing. You could have gave me $500. You my homie. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like just to act like it was no comparison with the songs was kind of crazy to me. So, but
Let me ask you real quick about Leonardus, as far as why did you guys fall out? Was it just the business, or what happened at that? What happened that you guys just?
the same thing with kind of with the po' boy, like you say, it's things just happen. If you watch, like the movie Temptations, in every group that's successful is going to be problems. Death Row, you look at all the stuff that happens. So with me and Nars, I think the big issue, honestly, was when we first got our money, I went and bought equipment. Productions, to do beats and stuff like that. And then he went and got cars and jewelry. I got the jewelry too, but not saying I never spent nothing on material stuff. But so people look at, how you carry yourself in this business and, what you invest your time and money in. And so I guess more people lean towards me as far as the business. And we had a lot of problems with that. And so then it got into a competition thing. Then you get friends and you say, I think you rap better than him. I think he do this. So you go through all this kind of stuff. And then when you're going through these things, your ego start messing with you, your pride and all this stuff. So you start feeling like, okay, I'm better than him. I'm better. And you go through these. So you want to break off the show and prove, which is stupid, when you should just keep making money. And that's what we should have did. But, like I say, every group have its own reasons why they break up. But I think that was more of the thing with us. And it always, up to this day, it's just it's still that little beef or whatever in that. But we cool. We had a fuss on Facebook just recently. That's like little kids, Even his little cousin had to say, "Y'all stop this shit. You're acting like kids," And so I deleted him off my Facebook. I request him back later or something, But we go through this, and just like what people don't understand, even with me and Eric Prince. Once they hit the tabloids, Eric Prince and Mr. Charlie or former group Young Wrestlers was fighting and they fell out Jackie O. Well, they don't realize that we fight all the time. We used to fuss and just like friends and family, we go through this all the time. But in the tabloids, it looks bigger than what it is. But this was a normal thing. We always used to fight and people swing on each other. And I had a friend, he was short and kind of stocky, and I ain't going to mention his name. He beat up E-Class in the car one time. But it was only because E-Class was driving and couldn't fight back right.
Who was that, half pint?
Well, he looked like half pint. But that's a whole other story.
Po' Boy, now, this is off the subject anyway. Okay. What does Flo-Rida have an affiliation with them?
Flo-Rida. Oh no, he's an artist on the label. From what I hear, Eric younger brother, Freezy, is it's management or something like that, or got him into the deal. But he's actually connected with Po' Boy as an artist, I think.
Now, was Flo-Rida around?
The funny thing about Flo-Rida is
He wasn't back around those days, was he? Here in Miami?
But he's an older cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who, Flo-Rida?
Yeah.
No, Flo-Rida is young.
Is he young?
Yeah,
He
he's
looks
young.
older.
He grew up right across the street from me, actually in the Carol City apartments, and he used to come by the house, and he was a young kid at that time. So it's a funny thing. It's like the Carol City area, Rick Ross, all us grew up around each other and used to be over each other's houses. And
what irks me is all these guys that come out of Miami, they don't give no recognition to Miami bass. And that's what influenced them to become artists. I guarantee you that. You know?
you're absolutely right. You're
You can't
absolutely
tell me
right.
they weren't
Because
one of the flea
Flo-Rida
markets on the
raps
weekend.
bass all over. That's what
Yeah.
he raps. All his shit, that house stuff that he does, rapping fast, you can just change the beat to a bass track. And that's what he's rapping.
Well, the funny thing about that too is that Flo-Rida, that's when I met Flo-Rida, he was like really like hardcore. Like he got those lyrics. But you know, in this business, you know, sometimes when your biggest hit, the labels want you to go after what, you know, making you the money.
Like Pitbull.
Yeah, which is not bad, but you know, because he's creative enough to do that. So that's just actually another one of his gifts that Flo-Rida has, to be able to, you know, to mix it up like that. But and it's doing him good right now. So you know, that's actually a good thing. But like you say, Miami bass, Lil Jon actually took that sound and just did his whole little thing with it, and it just curved into the Young Jeezy, to the Rick Ross, and to this day it's just slowed down. It's
Very
nothing
soft.
but bass music. You know, the Miami bass 1980s, 90s slowed down. You know what? You know, so I feel like Miami artists, like you say, they don't give a lot of shouts out to that, and then, like, that's the originators. Luke, he's really the king of that. You know, he's the godfather of Miami. Like, if you go back to, like you said, Luke could tell you that nobody really putting girls in videos till Luke started doing this stuff. He was like still one of my idols in the business, you know, because he started it. But Trick does give shouts out to that. I don't heard Trick mention like the Miami bass people.
Well, yeah,
from
you got Trick, Pitbull, he shouts out Miami bass all the time.
Yeah,
Disco.
Disco Rick and the Dogs. You say Hal Pint, Irk and Jerk. You know, it's a lot of us come from that era that still JT Money. And but the funny thing about Miami artists that I notice personally, and what we're going through right now, we don't support each other. And that's the biggest thing that's hurting Miami, a lot of Miami artists, because there's more talent here than you think. And we just don't support each other, and New York does it all the time. We just not.
The clicks.
Yeah, the clique. Yeah, we don't support each other. And I think once we realize that we can be a force together, you know what I'm saying, it'll grow big. And I think that bass music is coming back. It's going to have its creativity to it and uniqueness, but it's coming back slowly.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, I think, electro and bass.
Yeah, it's like it's there though. It's
Yeah.
there. It has its own little market right now that is
The
hit.
kids love it.
Yeah, they want to dance, you know.